What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure, and we're back with another bonus tune included on the deluxe edition of Three Imaginary Boys, and that is Jumping Someone Else's Train. It's an interesting phrase. Jumping trains typically refers to securing illegal passage on a train for which you have not paid for a seat, and therefore being able to travel a certain distance without the normal compensation required, and then using the pass and trains available to you to find whatever direction you need to go. Taking it into a conceptual realm, talking about someone else's train, it might relate to using someone's own life trajectory to further your own without necessarily having them be a voluntary partner in that. I'm not quite sure what to expect, but I'm curious, so let's hear it. This is The Cure. The track is Jumping Someone Else's Train, and it's a bonus tune included in the deluxe edition of the 1979 album Three Imaginary Boys.
It's always the same, you're jumping someone else's train. It won't take you long to learn the new smile. You have to adapt or you'll be out of style. It's always the same, you're jumping someone else's train. Now you're back in line, going not quite as far, but in half the time. Everyone's happy, they're finally all the same, 'cause everyone's jumping everybody else's train. Jumping someone else's train. Jumping someone else's train. Jumping someone else's train.
That groovy ride out plays out, and as the train sound itself diminishes, I will say I think that was my stereo almost losing it because of the bass, but somehow recovering rather than a glitch in the file. Nevertheless, I'm interested by the lyrics I caught, and I didn't catch all of them, so I don't have a full puzzle to piece together here, but it sounded like it was a specific condemnation of someone who doesn't really stand out, and they just sort of take advantage of other people's motion and life trajectory, like I was perhaps thinking. But by the end, he's saying that like everybody's kind of doing that. Everyone is jumping everybody else's train, and so it's maybe just the idea of part of being human is latching on to someone and, you know, going with them as long as it seems convenient, and then going to another train, and they're actually in the process of doing that themselves, which makes me think a little of Duran Duran's Chauffeur, which I remember Ron commenting pretty early on, or when I did the first reaction to the Chauffeur, saying that, the idea of a metaphor of like, you think you're going with someone in life, and then it turns out, no, you were just the chauffeur. You just took them to their next destination or their next journey that you're not involved in. So it feels like maybe there's a similar point going on here. Curious to hear what people have to say about the lyrics, but I love that strummy guitar, which really stood out by the end of the track. The bass work, again, I've noticed it on so many of these early tunes, and people mention like the basis on some of the tracks on Three Imaginary Boys is not the basis for which they were, known on later albums. It's, the personnel changed a bit. But yeah, really enjoy the bass work, and again, that was standing out especially near the end. We obviously had that train-style noise, which at first I thought was drums, and then I wondered if that was like an effect or something that was added. Maybe it was indeed the drums and just done in a style to sound like train or a train on tracks, but I really did enjoy the sonic conceptualization in that regard. And yeah, ultimately there was one or two moments where the vocals seem to extend and sort of go arrhythmic for a second, meaning, most of the lyrics or the vocals are within the bars and the measure, but then, as with one or two other tracks, I think, including the previous bonus tune that I reacted to, they go into like across a couple bars instead of being, nice and tidy. So I like how they instantly stand out when that happens. Because they're stretching beyond where they normally should be. So yeah, just another compelling tune. As I said, we'll go through a few of these and then we'll go on to the next album. So let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.